What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. Today we're going to be discussing a rather difficult question at this point in the year. Unfortunately, the Packers lost yesterday or 2 days ago to the Chicago Bears on Sunday, effectively ending their season, putting them at 5-8-1 as the Vikings won as well. The two things that could not happen yesterday, the Vikings winning and the Packers losing. And that ended the Packers' season. They will not make the playoffs this year. The first time that they will not be guaranteed a winning record for back-to-back years since 1990 and 1991, before the Ron Wolf era started. So that question is, should the Packers start Aaron Rodgers in these next two games? They are meaningless games for the most part. I mean, losing them would probably benefit Green Bay more, especially when it comes to draft position. But I've heard a variety of opinions on this. A lot of people are saying, I'd say the vast majority of people actually are saying that they should sit Rodgers, don't risk further injury, let us see what we got in Kizer, and if he has a really great performance, then maybe he's tradable. If he doesn't, then oh well, we lose the two games and we have a better draft pick. But to me, I mean, as much as I'd love to see Kizer play, and I mean, I think he might have something there. Maybe he has grown and developed since the preseason where he was rather inconsistent, I'd say. But, I mean, I don't want to end this season on a bad note. I love the Green Bay Packers. I don't want to see that final game at Soldier Field be the last we see of Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to see that. I want Aaron Rodgers and the team as a whole to be able to go out on this season on a high note. I want them to try. I want them to try and win. Yes, draft position would be nice, but I mean, I'm a guy who likes moral victories sometimes, and to me, winning these last two games and going out on this season with something to build off of is worth something to me. So, in that respect, I really do want Aaron Rodgers to play these final two games for Green Bay, and hopefully they can win both of them. But another part of me does think, is it really worth it? I mean, moral victories, it doesn't really matter in the end. I mean, who cares if we go 0-8 on the road or if we get swept by the Lions for a second consecutive year? It doesn't really mean anything. It's just bragging rights, So, I mean, I would love to see Kizer play. I really do. I think it'd be really cool to see him start a couple of games and see what we got in him. And like I said, I mean, if he ends up being great, he could potentially be a trade asset this offseason. But Aaron Rodgers, though, we paid this guy a lot of money to be quarterback, and yeah, I get that we don't want him to suffer a serious injury, and of course, if we do play him, and he does suffer a serious injury in the next 2 weeks, then that would be very, very unfortunate for the Packers. Luckily, the offseason is right in front of us, so he would get a lot of time to heal, but in the rare, or very unlikely event that it's a more serious injury than that, then, well, the Packers just screw themselves out of next year probably as well. So, there's a little bit of risk involved, but like I said, I'm a guy who does like moral victories sometimes, and this is one of those situations. I don't want to see the Packers lose the last two games, even if I know it might be beneficial to draft position. I want to see him go out on a high note. I want to see Aaron Rodgers play well. I want to see chemistry develop between some of these rookies and Rodgers. I want to see the extra practice that these two games will give Rodgers. I want to see something better than what we've seen. I don't want to go out this year seeing the Aaron Rodgers that we saw at Soldier Field and the Packers team that we saw at Soldier Field. I want to go out on this season thinking, it was a shitty year. It sucked. But those last two games, they gave me a little bit of hope. I want to be able to have that feeling after the season. And if the Packers start Aaron Rodgers, I think there's a better chance that we do get that feeling. So, anyways, though, that's my opinion on the matter, and it's a really, really controversial right now. I think the Packers are going to end up starting Aaron Rodgers. I think that's the direction they're leaning in at this point. It doesn't really seem like his groin injury is anything significant enough to hold him out from a game, so I would expect him to play next week against the Jets. And by the way, I will have my instant reactions to these games. By the way, I'm not gonna get rid of them all because we're out of playoff contention. But I am really looking forward to seeing what the Packers do in this scenario, and whatever they do, I hope it's for the best. So, anyways, guys, though, that's my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm sure a lot of you guys really want to sit Rodgers, but you heard it from me. I like moral victories. I want the Packers to have something to build off of going into next season. I don't want to be left with that bitter taste of the loss yesterday in my mouth and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers certainly doesn't want that either, or any of the team players on the team right now. So, anyways, guys, though, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time, and as always, go Pack Go.